Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see so many of the regulars. Of course, it's the regulars. I've completely abandoned my schedule and let you down again, all because the eldest little llama has a birthday tomorrow. So we're ooting about, and I'm not going to be around tomorrow afternoon. So we're squeezing in an extra stream now, and with good reason. Because today we're going to play our first competitive game in charge of Birmingham. We're going to be taking on a side that I think could be the favourites for the title. We've then got a little bit of Carling Cup action, and then in Game 3 of today's stream, we're going to be taking on our old club, Bromley. And if we lose to them, well, we are going to be looking a little bit foolish. We've got some of our favourites with us. Isaac Lockett, hero of the stream, first in today. Craig was with us, up the blues, Craig. Four Eyes is in. Hazza, Big Blue Nose himself, is with us. The Got No Game. God, the new season bar's got no game. I think you're absolutely right. Benjamin is with us. Always a pleasure to have Benjamin Bessemer in. Before we start today, by the way, we're going to launch in and we're going to try and play 3 games. Just a little heads up to start today. Let's see if I can get this to work. I don't know whether YouTube will like this, by the way, but I'm going to just start today's stream by having the other platform in the background, because fellow Manager Seat creator JDFM is doing his first stream right now in what could be getting on for a year. And he's taking part in a 7-day-long charity stream that passes from creator to creator. It's organised by the Cult of, himself a Football Manager creator who works for Sports Interactive, no less. And he's put together a 7-day shift of people who are taking part in an ongoing save, raising money for good causes. Our good friend JDFM is at it right now. If you want to open up another window and go to the other brand, and if you type into the search bar JDFM_Johnny, well, you could give him a little follow as some support. To be brutally honest, you might find what he's doing more interesting than what I'm going to be floundering around at this afternoon. So no offence taken if anybody wants to jump in and watch him instead. But what we're going to try and do after about 90 minutes of streaming is see whether we can actually do a very clumsy cross-platform raid, where essentially we all just go and bombard Johnny with hello and good luck messages, because he's going to be continuing after I finish streaming today. So that is what we're going to be up to. Let me just jump into the game now. And, well, we have got a big few games coming up to start to the day. Craig, when you say league favourites, that's you, isn't it? It's actually not, or it certainly wasn't last time I checked. We are 4th favourites, which is not promising, is it really? Certainly, I think it gives a good guide as to how my transfer business has gone, that we're 4th favourites. Today we're going to be up against Derby County, who have no fewer than 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5, depending. Oh no, he's from Salford. They've got 4 players in the Media Dream 11, as do Millwall. We've got 2 ourselves, not 2 that we've signed, by the way. No. 2 that we've inherited. So we are only 4th favourites. We are playoff bound according to the media predictions. We're not even going to get that second automatic promotion spot, even though we do have Joe Bellingham, the best player in the division. George Hall, allegedly the 3rd best player in the division. If we scroll down, I'd imagine we'll find Finn back in here before long. The fact that we're going so far down before we hit him might indicate that the right backs in League One are not that great, and Finn back is just the best of a bad bunch. Anyway, we've got new people joining us all of the time. Talis is in. Afternoon, Talis. And whenever we hear the name, we want to jump in and have a look at... Where's my custom kit gone? Oh, Talis, I've messed it up. I've applied the new kits that you sent over, Talis. I overwrote the old stuff and it didn't like it. It didn't like. I might have messed it up, Talis. I'm going to have another look at this. What have I been up to? We've got Colt Blake with us. Always a pleasure to see the Colt in.
Afternoon, everybody.
We've got Chris Quinn in. Welcome in, Chris.
Evening, everybody.
By the way, Chris Quinn, by saying up the Blues, could I optimistically hope that, like Hazza and myself, you might be a Blue Nose? Have we attracted another Blue Nose in because we're managing the mighty Blues? Hope so, Chris. Let us know whether you're a Blue Nose yourself and where it is that you're beaming in from today. Hazza, hope your games are more entertaining than Blues game yesterday. Oh my goodness. Okay, well look. We're 4 and beaten now, aren't we, Hazza? Oh, Chris is in. Chris is in. Where are you from, Chris? Where are you based? So what are we doing, Hazza? We're 4 games unbeaten, 2 wins, 2 draws, 8 points from a possible 12, and I think we've scored. Have we scored once in that time? We scored. No, we scored twice in that time. I don't think we're the most entertaining of sides, are we, really? Benjamin, good old BB. You was in a fellow friend of the channel stream when he did his stint. Benjamin, name names. Who were you hanging out with? Was that JM Thoughts? Hazza, if you're 4th favourite for the league, you should be winning it. No pressure, Hazza. God, you've not seen how the rest of pre-season went. Results-wise, fine. Transfer business-wise, it was a barren wasteland. Hazza. Craig, thought you must be favourites with the new signings we recommended. I've bought in the new signings. I've bought them in. They're not made the darndest bit of difference. Did you remember to add the club ID? No. Clearly, I did not. That might be missing. I think you're absolutely right. I will sort that out after the stream. Chris Quinn, I nearly went with then. Chris Quinn from Brum. You were also sitting through the dross yesterday. Well, Stoke, who did Stoke batter recently? Stoke stuck 4 past somebody recently, so I guess keeping a clean sheet against them is respectable. At least we're back to keeping clean sheets again. And I think Austin Trusty's out at the moment, isn't he? Certainly Sanderson, I think, is out, so keeping a clean sheet when some of your best defenders are out, and we don't have a left back. I mean, you can Longello all you like, but we don't have a left back. I guess that's progress, isn't it? Got in a game. Wrexham Notts County was a classic. I've seen some of the clips of that. It was good. Hazza, what year are we in? We're in 2028, and Blues have finally got relegated down to League One. So, I mean, that's encouragement for us that we've got another 3 years before we get relegated. Like or dislike, welcome in.
Afternoon, everybody.
Benjamin, you were wombling. Fabulous. And they put 5 past Sunderland. That would be good. Alex Neil is the Stoke boss, isn't he? I bet he enjoyed that. Who have won the World Cups so far? Good question. Can I search World Cups? Is that a thing? FIFA World Cup. Here we go. Spain are the current holders. What will we have had? We'll have had one in... I think we've only had one, haven't we? Is it just 2026? Switzerland won it in 2022. All right. Good on them. Let's have a little look. Who did Switzerland beat in the final in 2022? You are distracting me, by the way, as I tried to play 3 games in one stream. They beat Argentina on penalties, having beaten France on penalties, having beaten Japan on penalties, having beaten Uruguay in extra time. All right. And they only won 1 group stage game. I'm not sure how deserving Switzerland were there as winners of the World Cup, but if you're Swiss, you'll take it. Hazza, do you have any money left? You could tell me a couple of players. Hazza, I would love you to tell me a couple of players, but I would ignore them. Not because you don't recommend great players, but as the name Llama suggests, I play Football Manager using Llama-riness, which basically means you start out in the bottom division and you have no fun. So you play with a tribute masking on. You don't use the old, what's it called? The player search thing. I don't even know where you find it these days. Is it up here? So you don't use the old player search, even though Donnarumma might be really, really good. We only sign players that the scouts recommend or that directors of football or assistant managers recommend, which is why we're capped at looking at these old plodders, one of which we've just tried to bring in on loan because I quite like the look at Jim Ramsey. He was worth almost 20 mil. He turned us down, even though Sunderland were prepared to let him come on loan. But let us know anyway, Hazard. I'd love to know. It's just I play Football Manager using very, very old man rules because, well, I'm an old man. Monkey in the Fog is with us as well.
Need everybody?
No. Never anything but a pleasure to see Monkey in the Fog. Afternoon all. Looking forward to a not sure about triumphant season opener. By the way, has anyone noticed that Delbert is a Humphrey, not a Hump? Is that right? Is that right? He's on the bench for today. Oh my goodness, he's not Humphrey. He's Humpraise. I've been saying his name wrong. I've not accidentally nicknamed, have I? No. I've always thought he was Delbert Humphreys. I've never heard the name Humphrey. Maybe, I don't know, it's testament to, I don't know, Eagles? Very well spotted, very well spotted. I know, Isaac, Switzerland. England won the 2022 World Cup in your save, Hazard. Well, we won't see the likes of that in real life for a while. The Swiss did a Greece, yeah. I mean, they barely turned up and still won it. Hazard, you say your scouts are useless. I'm going to put mine in a similar bracket because they've not found a huge amount. We're desperately looking for a right back, by the way. This is a player we tried to sign on a free transfer, but he chose to go to Bari in Italy. They've just got relegated out of Serie A into Serie B, and he still chose that over League One. He would have been good. A player I'm tracking just in case Jude Bellingham... I've done it again. Just in case Job Bellingham leaves. By the way, will it still show us? It will, yeah. Benfica have come calling. 13 million. We've turned them down. But just in case Job leaves, Tom Bischoff is a player I'm potentially lining up as a replacement. Physically, not great. But vision, first touch, composure, decisions, good passer of the ball, consistent. The faintest whisper of a moustache growing through. Still only 23 years old. I'm guessing if he's at Wolves, he'd get a work permit. Although maybe that's not a given. I mean, Wolves managed to get a work permit for him. So we're looking at Bischoff as potentially a replacement. Chris, your first stream, so forgive me if you've done it already. But is there a synopsis of how Blues have done so far or where previous key players went? So let me try and explain, Chris. And this is going to take some explaining. Why we're managing the Blues. Because this is a save where we're trying to emulate Carlo Ancelotti by winning the big 5 leagues in Europe. But as a twist, unlike Carlo, we're trying to do it only managing clubs in the capital. So we simmed a season. We waited for some clubs from London to get promoted into the Vanarama South. We took over at Kingstonian. We were there for a long time, did nothing. Then we moved to Sutton. We were there for 6 months and did nothing. And then we took over at Bromley and we won League 2. And then we started looking around for bigger jobs. Charlton, QPR, Millwall. And Birmingham was available because they'd been relegated from the Championship. I didn't want them to go. I didn't want to break the rules. The chat made me. They tricked me into applying for the job. Then they tricked me into going to the interview. And then, well, we put it to a poll when they offered us the job and they said go. Now, Birmingham is the UK capital of food. We're reliably informed. So it's a capital in that sense. But since we've taken over and we've been at Kingstonian, at Sutton and at Bromley, I'm afraid the Blues have done absolutely nothing. As in zip butt-kiss. They have been... I mean, let's have a look at the Championship table down the years. Let's get into it here. So, they came 22nd last season. They were 10th. They just avoided the drop the year before, and that was only by a point. Mid-table again. lower mid-table. 10th is as high as I think we've seen them so far, isn't it? And that was in the 2022-23 season. I'd imagine most of the talent has retired now. Chris, your Dinis, your Yukis, yeah, all of those people. We've still got 3 really good central midfielders. So Georgie Hall is still with us. He signed a new contract, but he's unhappy because Joe Bellingham's not allowed to leave. Job is branded as a Premier League midfielder playing in League One. No wonder he's unhappy. And we've also got down on the bench Brandon Keller, who looks pretty tasty as well. So we're looking good. We're looking good. I indirectly know a couple of these players as well. So I used to teach Brandon Keller's cousins. And at that school, that's the school that Finn Back went to, although he left to play for Notts Forest the year I joined the school, so I never met Finn. And today, we're going to be taking on Derby. That is the plan, at least. Coloured Sands is in. Welcome in.
Evening, everybody.
No Barty, no party. What a great name, by the way, from sunny Norwich. I am very, very much looking forward, no Barty, no party, to travelling to Norwich because I've just begun with my kids trying to do what they call the 92. I've been to about 20 football grounds in my time, but in my family of 5, me, Mrs. Llama, 3 little llamas, we've never been to the same ground altogether. Even my 7-year-old, who's only ever been to one match in his life, which was an Aston Villa game, by the way. Even he, when he went to his one game, Mrs. Llama wasn't there. She's never been to Villa Park. So we're going to try and do the 92, and we're starting from scratch. We started at Oxford last Friday. And one of the ones I'm really looking forward to is Norwich. I'm really interested in going to those grounds, those clubs that have got a nice city nearby. Oxford was fabulous. We spent the morning in the city centre. And then, hold on, Hazard, I'll get to it. And then we went in to watch the Oxford game. I'm imagining Norwich is going to be lovely as well. It's going to be a nice day out, I think, there. Isaac, bring on the Eric Bischoff references. That's wrestling. I know that. Talis, you sent the kits again. In theory, you should be able to pay straight in and do a reload of the cachet for them. Let me see if I can do that whilst I also read some messages then. I'm not a great multitasker, by the way. I'll need to go into the old Discord, won't I? I'm not set up for this, Talis. I'm in no way set up for this. What else have we got? Roaming Playmaker is with us. You had Bischoff in a previous save. Quality Playmaker, Roaming Playmaker. What kind of level did you get him to? I'd only need him at League One. What kind of level did you have him at? So we'll download that. Hazard, you did do a lot of tricking. Sleeping Dragoon, welcome in.
Afternoon, everybody.
We need to now go into my downloads. Apologies, this is not the most fascinating. Why is that not downloaded? Let's try that again. There we go. Sleeping Drew, Llama making more excuses than... Oh, whoa. I wouldn't say they're excuses so much as mitigating circumstances, wouldn't you say? Okay, let's copy that. Let's go over to Documents and Sports Interactive. Apologies, you can see none of this going on. I'm doing it over on another screen. Where are we going? Graphics. We're going to Kids. We're going in there. We're going to do this. We'll paste it in. We'll overwrite everything. Okay, Talis, it's done that. Let's have a little look at that while we're here. Okay, so if I go to la-di-da-di-da, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, doodly-doodly-doo, and reload the old skin... There we go. Okay, where we got? So, Chris Quinn, we are always dreadful in these games. Bring back the glory days. I don't know about the glory. Did anyone else get caught with the 500 million by anyone on April Fool's. First time you've seen this from FM20. I've seen it happen. Yeah, I've seen it. Right, Hazza. So we took the youngest llama. Well, we took all 3 llamas to Aston Villa because they were playing Manchester City. They get to see Haaland, De Bruyne, et al. And youngest llama, by the way, is still claiming that he's a Manchester City fan. I've managed to, surreptitiously guide the elder 2 llama children onto the path of, I was about to say righteousness, but to be honest, it's punishing, isn't it? They are both blue noses now. Let's check, Talis, let's check. Hello. Here it is, Talis. We've worked it. We're going to get into our first game against Derby. But the youngest is still a Man City fan. We were not in the away end. We were in the home end because my brother, and hence my 2 nieces, are Villa fans. I'm from a split family, Hazza. My dad, my granddad were a blue nose, but my mum's side, Villa fans. And I chose Blues. My brother chose Villa, partly because I was too selfish to share the posters of Birmingham players with him that used to come in the Sports Argos on a Saturday. Do you remember the Sports Argos? That pink newspaper. It would always have a poster in the middle of one of the West Midlands players. And I used to say, no, I'm stealing all of the Birmingham posters. Wouldn't let my brother have any. So just so that he could have a poster on his wall, he went and supported Villa instead. That's all my fault. I don't think the team IDs change between games, so cross your fingers. Yeah, I think we're done, Talis. I think we've worked it. No, Barty, you'll be in the home section at Carrow Road for your sins. That sounds fabulous. That's what I hope to do. JM Thoughts, yeah, we've ended up at Birmingham, and I'm not taking any of the blame for it. Others will have to do that. Talis, it did work. Benjamin, oh, you're just chatting with Thoughts here. Of course you are. Roaming Playmaker Championship level for Bischoff. Will be a player for Brum. Determination no good, but quality on the ball. Well, if Bellingham ends up going before the window, that's the player we think we'll move for. Coloured Sands, yeah. The littlest llama, he's not a huge football fan, if I'm honest. So, he says he's a Man City fan, but he can take or leave football. To be honest, we're just dragging him around. The big 2 are mad for it. Thoughtsy, sounds like you just like suffering. Yes. Chris, you still live in the West Midlands, do you? I don't. Maybe Hazza knows. Do they still have the Sports Argos? Is that a thing? KD3's in as well. Welcome in, sir.
Afternoon, everybody.
Dragoon, Derby are your team. I don't hold out a lot of hope for this. I've picked the team. We're going to go with a striker at right wing. We're going to go with 2 unhappy central midfielders. We're going to go with Bugsy Burrows, who we were playing as a left back, and he wasn't very good in pre-season. We're shunting him up to left wing because he's got great crossing, because we've purchased a new left back, Joel Bagan from Chef Wed, who I saw play Oxford on Friday. And he looks pretty solid. So he's going to come in at left back. Bugsy Burrows is moving up. And we went back for Ballard. Do you remember him from yesterday? We went to sign him because he was out of contract. And we were going to have to pay, I don't know, like 2 million compensation for him for reasons I couldn't quite fathom. So we had a bid for him accepted, but because we'd just withdrawn the contract offer from trying to sign him for nothing, he turned it down. Well, we went back a couple of weeks later. Dom Ballard is in. He only cost us, 200k. Better than the 2 million compensation we were going to have to pay. And he played in pre-season and did really well in the last game. Scored with a couple of headers against Yeovil. Not the toughest of competition. But we're going to give him a start today. It's going to be a very tough game today. Oh, they're all rolling in. They're all rolling in now. Thoughtsy, Switzerland did win the World Cup 2022. Wolf Trax is with us as well.
Evening, everybody.
Chris Quinn, grave news. The Argus went out of circulation years ago. I'm sorry, I've not lived in the West Midlands since, I should say, about 2004. So I'm well out the loop. Ab Fab is with us. Howdy. Love that Ab Fab is with us. Great to see you.
Afternoon, everybody.
Ab Fab, am I remembering rightly? Are you a Bluebird? Are you a Cardiff fan? How are they getting on? Yeah, Hull wanted 1.5 million. Yeah, so we got him for 200,000, and I think he'll be good. The mad scientist, goodness me, they're rolling in.
Evening, everybody.
Did we sign the backup who did well in pre-season on the left wing? No, we tried, and he still wanted 9 grand, Wolf. I guess we could go back, but I can't quite justify 9 grand for him. Let's have a little look at our, what would we call them? They were trials, weren't they? And it's Dara Costello, wasn't it? So he's still there on a free. I mean, he's all right. He's okay. I don't think he's a starter, and I seriously don't think he's 9 grand. So he wants to come in as a fringe player. Let's see what he's up to now. 8.75. I don't think you can justify that. So we'll walk away. And Alloy, I had a little cheeky look at Alloy as well, and he wanted a bucket load of cash. Chesterfield are in the market. Let's see whether he's dropped his demands yet. Breakthrough prospect. That's better. He was up at about 4 grand before, and I just couldn't justify it. Wolf, I know. I mean, if he was in the boardroom with you'd explain it sensitively to him, I reckon. Look, even Alloy, he's still jazzing it up, look. 3k after 10 games, almost 5k after 20 games. I can't justify it for you, kid. Do you know what? I'd rather pay you a little bit more now up front. And I'll even bribe your agent in good old Birmingham fashion. There we go. Okay, so Alloy could be coming in as a nice little backup. That would be good. DT, welcome in, Darren.
Evening, everybody.
Chris Quinn, Harvey Nibbs is ex-Villa. Well, hold your horses there. Hold your horses, because we don't call him Harvey Nibbs. We call him Sir Harvey Nibbs. You're absolutely right. He is a villain. I don't think he's from Brum, though, is he? He's from Derby. So he's going to be playing against, potentially, a club he supports. No, goodness me, he's a Man United fan. But we call him Sir Harvey of Nibbs because we signed him for Bromley, who we were in charge of last season. And despite playing him as a shadow striker initially, once I worked out that he was better as an advanced forward, he scored 32 in 41. So, Nibsy is in. Abfab, you are a Cardiff fan. Been better. Abfab, I forget who Cardiff has appointed as their new manager. I thought they'd had some decent results lately. Maybe I'm out. Welcome in, Darren, by the way. Talis, if he was a starter, maybe, but fringe, no, and I'm with you. Likes or dislikes? Is Birmingham well known for bribing agents? Likes, we are well known for financial irregularities. We're on the cusp of potentially another points deduction because we sold the club to people who were not checked by the Football League, and we allowed them to start buying players for us, and then they withdrew from the club. So I think we could be in a bit of trouble there. Hazard should be able to make a speedy to players. Then they would all come. I don't know what that is. Should be able to make a speedy. Nigel, you're lurking. Just grappling with Barnsley, losing 2 out of 3 over Christmas. Still top of the championship. Nigel, you lurk away, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome in. Dara does come. He does get the Irish premium, which adds 2 to every attribute, I think. Chris, need to go back to work now. We'll keep an eye on this, though. Go well. Thanks for dropping by, Chris. Unfortunately, you've got to go work. Oh, what kind of world do we live in? Dragoon, Nibsy is from Derby. Never knew that, but don't blame him for keeping it quiet. It's Sabri Lamouchi. He was at Forest, wasn't he? Meant to say Speech, sorry. Yeah, now I'm with you, Hazard. Now I'm with you. Birmingham doesn't have owners at the moment. Would you go back to watch them if they sold to better owners? In a heartbeat. Yeah. At the moment, it's very, very complex, our ownership. We're going to jump into the game. We can talk about Birmingham's ownership while we play. By the way, I've been supporting Birmingham for about 30 plus years, and they've never had great owners the whole time. When I first started supporting them, they had two brothers called the Kumar brothers, who I think were local. They were from Birmingham, but they were slightly unscrupulous, and they ran the club, I should say, as a way of promoting their own clothing business, who of course were the shirt sponsors. They sold it to David Gold and David Sullivan, who went on to be West Ham owners. David Sullivan is still West Ham owners. For the whole time they were owning Birmingham, they pumped some money into the club, but they kept going on about how they would like to really sell us and buy Cardiff or West Ham. And they did do one of those things. And then we've had a succession of Hong Kong consortiums trading us on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, and you're never quite sure who the owners are. The original Hong Kong entrepreneur that Golden Sullivan sold the club to, called Carson Young, was a man who made his fortunes through hairdressing illegally, allegedly, although he was imprisoned for money laundering. So then the club just started bouncing around the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Who owns us now? Goodness only knows. I don't think we own our own ground anymore. I don't think that's an asset that belongs to the club. It belongs to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. By the way, have they got Furlong playing for them? Opposition. Did I see Darnell Furlong? Very, very not interesting story. Darnell Furlong's dad, Paul Furlong, used to play for Birmingham. And when I met Paul Furlong in Birmingham city centre, he had a very, very young Darnell with him, doing a little bit of Christmas shopping. That was probably... that's got to have been 20 plus years ago. Long, long time ago. Billy Gilmore, okay, is centre-sighter. By the way, Hazard will appreciate this. This in no way looks like St Andrews. They've jazzed this right up. We're about to go a goal down here, I feel. Free kick inside the D. Oh, the wall's done its job. And Gracic has saved it. Maybe that's not the highlight. By the way, you'll forgive me for this if Sir Harvey Nibbs, Bugsy Burrows. I might just tickle the highlights up a notch in a minute. Georgie Hall. Joby. Oh, we're in. Oh, I thought he was brought down. Okay, let's just go for extended highlights. Keep a good eye on the game. Burrows. Ballard. We're in. We're a mile offside, Mr. Nibbs. Nibbsy, you were not onside in that entire move. Goodness me. Bugsy. Slinging a corner. Oh, there is Sir Harvey Nibbs. I may have the wrong man on the front post there. That may be a relic from when we used this at Bromley, when we might have had bigger players that could come in at the front post to a striker. And now Harvey Nibbs has stolen that role. Never mind, we're growing into the game. Here is Bugsy Burrows giving the ball away to Darnell Furlong and Max Bird in midfield. And there's all kind of space up there. Luckily, Finn back mops it up. Gives it to Simmons, and we're on the charge. Here we go. Back is on the overlap. Giving the ball. Here he goes. All right, cuts inside. We're in. We're in the box. Oh, Evans has tipped it over. Yeah, we got a Polish goalkeeper. English goalkeeper. By the way, we saw bits of Wrexham yesterday, KD3. It was a very exciting game. Speaking of Villa, welcome in, Liam.
Afternoon, everybody.
It's Birmingham. They're like catnip to you Villa fans, aren't they? You just can't not watch. Can we have a rip round to buy Birmingham? So, there's people lined up, supposedly, that want to buy the club. The former CEO of Gymshark and former Barcelona player... oh, goodness me. What was he called? Not Javi Rodriguez. It was Javi something. Former Barcelona player, Argentinian striker. They were trying to buy the club at the start of the season. They allegedly bought a quarter of it and started investing money into the clubs, and then it all fell through. Maxi Lopez, that's the Badger. Thank you, Hazard. I actually saw him with Craig Gardner at the Wigan game towards the start of the season, and it looked like it was all happening, but no. I think that's how we got Chong, isn't it? I think Gymshark paid for Chong. Sir Harvey, back to Georgie Hall. New left back. Oh, we stung the palms. Likes or dislikes Birmingham is a very strange club. Very, very strange club. Hazard. He had a drug empire. I know he was involved in Macau, wasn't he? Which gambling's illegal in China, but Carson Young was based in Macau, which is where he did his money laundering. That was drugs, was it? He was going to make us the best in the world, but he got caught. Well, probably just as well if he's a drug kingpin. Dragoon, Max Bird, still at Derby. He is. As is Healy, who's had a shot. Hazard, you went to school with Max Bird's brother. Good. Looks just like St Andrews. Yeah. Well, I mean, the bottom tier's open, so I mean, we've got that sorted by 2028. If you're not familiar with Birmingham, by the way, we only have half a ground because the bottom half of it, which you'd think structurally is quite an important part, the bottom half of it has been condemned by the council, so we're not allowed to have people sitting in it. You're allowed to sit above it, which I've done, and a little bit unsure as to how that works engineering-wise, but we are a club in crisis, waiting for another points deduction. Gilmore. Oh no, Carnu. Oh, we're a goal down. Oh, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I did say Derby could be good. I felt we've been on top in this game. But not. Hazard. That was a joke. The bottom half is condemned. Yeah. The council have said that nobody's allowed to sit in the bottom half. The foundations are crumbling, I think. It needs structural reinforcement, which you would have thought in 2 years we might have been able to sort out, but no. I'm afraid not. And it only gets worse. Luckily, I've taken over to put things right, but it's not starting here, is it? We're a goal down to Derby after a pretty decent start from us, I think. Burrows has closed down. We've got a bit of a counter going on here, but we don't have the pace, do we? Likes, it's not the bottom tier all the way round. No, it is through one half of the ground. So all along the touchline in the it's not called the main stand, but it is the main stand. And then behind the goal as well, where the home fans sit. We have another stand opposite, which is from Hazard. Will help me out here. What's the main stand from Hazard? The 1940s, the 1950s? It's very, very old. Structurally, that bit's okay. But the bit that David Gold and David Sullivan built in the early noughties, I'm going to say. Yeah, that's fallen down. So it only lasted 20 years. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, lordy. Yeah, it's not going to be cheap. Although it's not like they've got to rebuild the stand. I just think it needs like structural reinforcements. I mean, I'm not an engineer. I'm an idiot. But I guess it's doable. You just have to invest some money into it during pre-season, and that's where the rub is. We don't want to invest any money in anything. We've got men over. We've got... Oh, darling. Pounced. Good header from back. Here's the left back, Bagan. And we're in. Sir Harvey of Nibs. Oh, he struck a post. Oh, struck a post. Has a 1940s for the main stand, you reckon? It's pretty grim in the main stand, isn't it? But structurally, it's secure. It's very old-fashioned, the main stand. We've got 3/4 of a modern ground, although half of that is falling down. Nibsy! Oh. And then we've got a very, very old stand, which structurally does a better job. I feel like we've been on top this half. And we've struck the crossbar now. That's twice we've hit the woodwork. Mike's in as well, by the way. Welcome in to you, sir.
Afternoon, everybody.
Opening day of the season. I felt like we've been on top, but the match stats would disagree. We've hit the woodwork twice. We've only had 2 shots on target. Our opponents have had 3 and have got a superior XG. I didn't feel like that was the pattern of the game from that half, but Apparently it was. Don Ballard's been poor. Sir Harvey Nibbs has yet to get his eye in. Simmons on the right wing has been a disaster. Taylor's been booked and has been rubbish. And this is really not that great. Job is anxious for reasons that escape me. Let's make some changes then. Let's get Delbert, not Humphreys, but Humphreys on. That's going to take some getting used to. And let's get Connor Taylor off for Corian Darber. What do we got? Welcome in, Mike, anyway. Good to see you. Wolfie, someone who runs a successful YouTube channel teaching economics is not an idiot. No, someone who runs a successful channel wouldn't be. Someone who runs a rapidly declining channel, yeah, probably is an idiot, I think. Likes, maybe they can't do the repair easily and they don't own the ground. No. So I think the owners of the club own the ground, but the club itself no longer owns its ground. I think the holding company that bought the shares to own the club split off the ground, so whoever buys it in the future has to rent the ground from them. Very, very ugly. That's what happens in English football. Craig won't be happy with what's happening to his Blues. I didn't see. What are Carlisle up to? Didn't see. Need to break Nibbs away from the defence somehow. He got through the once, didn't he? And then he struck the post. It's Mellor time in place of Sir Harvey. Not before the 65th minute, surely. Carlisle having a bad opening day. Xander Bev, welcome in, Xander. Hope you're well. Okay, 2 changes made. We are going to say that was pretty dire. Ballard has gone, that's fine. We're going to give Nibsy up until 65 minutes. And then you're right, we might bring on Damani Mellor. By the way, Talis, the white socks and the white shorts, a triumph. I'm a big fan of Birmingham in white shorts and socks. Sir Harvey Nibbs. Oh, this goalkeeper. Sorry, Haz, I've probably depressed you with all of that tales from St Andrews, haven't I? It's not great for us. But there are silver linings, aren't there, Hazza? I mean, although our youth academy has been downgraded because we've not invested any money into it, even though we don't really have our own training ground, we've bought a plot of land from Birmingham University where, well, we don't have the best of facilities, and we've just recently had a massive fire there, so those facilities have burnt down. We are still producing a lot of youngsters, aren't we? I mean, we've had Jack Butland, we've had Nathan Redmond, we've had Damari Gray, we've had Jude Bellingham, and even now, we've got George Hall, Job Bellingham. So, go on, Hump, that's a pen. That's a pen. Is it? It's Job Bellingham. Now, let's think very carefully about this. It probably should be Simmons, shouldn't it? Or Sir Harvey of Nibbs. Sir Harvey of Nibbs missed 2 penalties for us at Bromley, but I want him to open his Birmingham account. So we're doing it. Sir Harvey in front of what looks like the Tilton Road end, steps up and he's missed it. Of course he has. Oh no.
Do I not like that? So goal.
Craig, you're so right. Simmons was the man, wasn't he? My desire to get Harvey Nibbs up and running has backfired. Okay. We still got time. Here is Simmons. Angry that I've robbed a penalty from him, as is Joe Bellingham. We're in. Nibbsy. Oh, this goalkeeper. Nibbsy can't catch a break. Hazard, you had a picture with Damari Gray at the first Blues game you went to. Of course it was a loss, and of course we didn't score. But that's good. And Darber. I feel like we should be level now. Oh, we're coming at it again. Here we go. Hump. Bagan. How are people playing? Bagan's got a 7 on his debut. He's the only one that's got a 7. Nibbsy loses out. It could be Mellor time, you know, at 60 minutes. There's Darling. Billy Gilmore pulling strings. Oh, David Healy. Furlong, get up. Away. Come on, Job. Get us playing. Here we go. Nibsy. Dink it inside. Cut inside. Move inside. Always been brought down. Okay, not Harvey Nibbs then, I'm guessing. Not Harvey Nibbs. Simmons. Simmons? Agreed? Simmons? I can't. Ooh. We need it. We need it. Oh, should have done that before. Here you go, Hazard. Oh. We'd be 2-1 up if I'd have let Simmons take the first penalty, wouldn't we? Okay, we're playing well. Harvey Nibbs is not. Okay. If your luck's not in, it's not in. We also signed Damani Mellor from Craig's Carlisle. Let's get him in. George Hall has not played well and is starting to be a little tired. Here's something I've not considered. Bram Van Veen as a central midfielder. He could be a ball winner. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Come on then, Bram. Bram the man. Okay, 4 substitutions made. 1 more up our sleeve. And look at this XG. That's pumped up by 2 penalties, granted. But we're doing all right now. I feel like we're taking the game to Derby. And this is the best team in the division. Billy Gilmore cannot beat 5 men. No, can't even beat Finn back. Okay, here we go. Now we're on the charge. Bagan to Bugsy Burrows. Can't get on the ball. Bagan's there again. He's played well. 7.1 on his debut. That's a nothing ball. Darling snuffs it out. Get up. Yes. Job. Good. Finn back. It's all ahead of you, Finn, including Simmons. Across the box. No, should have played it low. Should have played it low. Van Veen. Hello. Finn back. Hump. Yes.
There's Pires picking out Bergkamp, and Bergkamp with a chance, and he's taken it. Brilliant goal.
So Harvey Nibbs doesn't get a goal on his competitive debut, but the Hump does. Oh, so Finn back. Breaks in. Good ball. The Hump. He's just tucked it away. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, let's pause. Have I got low crosses on? I have. Okay. Don't know why they're not going in. Drug test that goalkeeper. I think you're absolutely right, Benjamin. Talis, you've done lovely work. Sorry, I'm a bit earlier on in the chat here. Lewis, remember when we played Blues in the FA Cup? When you had Pulis? Damari Gray was the best player on the pitch that day. He was very good. I'd have him back in a heartbeat. Brian's with us. Welcome in, regular guy. Craig, great player, the right back. Yeah. Quality ball, Wolf. Thank you. Yeah. Anna Chibi, good player for Everton. Isaac Hazard. You lost. You enjoyed the game. You were solid. There you go. That's Birmingham. Great atmosphere. Yep, that's Birmingham. But you were quite young, so you asked your dad why everyone was clapping when we lost at the end. Habit. Likes. I don't know whether it's part of the master plan. I just picked the wrong player to take the penalty, I think. Mike. Do you know what I like? Mike. I really like wingers getting in, or fullbacks overlapping actually, and just playing it across the 6-yard box for tap-ins. It's my new favourite type of goal. Look at that now. XG above a 3. Let's keep just half a cheeky eye on what Derby might be up to, though. Might sacrifice a striker and bring on Brandon Caller in midfield and go 4-5-1. And Darby, can we get a third goal? I feel like we're worthy of one. Simmons. That's poor. We've not seen a stitch from Mellor yet. It'd be nice to see him get involved. Okay, let's have a little snoop around. What's happening here? Yeah. A DM might not... they're playing very, very deep. Okay. Let's have a little think. So we could just bring Hump to sit in there. just for a little bit. They've got an AM. So those players have to take charge of the AM, and maybe Hump can be on the DM. They got 2, but yeah, getting Hump in and around them might not be the worst plan. Let's try that. See out the game. Here we go. Gracic to Finn back, who I think is going to be pretty good for this level, although he's just given the ball away. Look at him. He's on the charge again. And here's Mella. Oh, no. Ouch. Okay. Neither of our 2 advanced forwards, Harvey Nibbs or Mella, have covered themselves in glory today. They're going to grow into it, though, I'm sure. We need to head this away and counter. Here we go, Bugsy. Come on, then. Get up and support Bugsy. He's a left footer running down the right wing. He's going to need some help. Because if he takes it on his right foot, he's going to punt it into the stands. And there you go. That's exactly what happened. Okay, we've got one more change that we can make. What do we got tired? Zach Medley is tired. Brandon Keller comes on. Van der Veen is going to drop into defence. Corian Darber's left-footed. Brandon wants to get forward, but I'm going to ask you to be the ball winner. Hopefully you just won't vacate your position. And this would be a very, very nice opening day win if we can cling on. Okay, here we go. Hump to Simmons, who's looked good in the second half. 7.1, deserves it as well. Finback's playing very, very well. 7.9. Van der Veen's come on and played well. That's something to think about. Bugsy Burrows, just drop this on someone's head. Here we go. Van der Veen. Oh, it's cleared. It's cleared. Benjamin, give Sir Harvey time. Yeah, do you know what? I'm not the best, Benjamin, at being patient with strikers, am I? I was getting a bit cross with Harvey Nibbs at Bromley last season, and then I moved into an advanced forward, and, well, the rest, as they say, is history. Needs a bit of time to settle in. I don't often give strikers as much time as they probably need, so I'll try and do better at that. We're at the 4 minutes added on, and there we go, an opening day win against much fancied Derby, and we missed a penalty, and I think we played reasonably well. They'd had 3 shots on target at half time, if I remember rightly, so I don't think they've troubled our goalkeeper in the second half. And I think we've done all right there. We look very good centrally and down the right. Maybe we weren't quite so good down the left, although 6.9s are not a disaster. We'll take it. Lazy Cat Luigi. Did Job... No, never mind, you just saw him. Yeah, he wants to leave. And Benfica and Hamburg have made offers for him because we're in League One. But we've not sold him. We've turned those down. He's got a release clause, Lazy Cat, of 15.25 million. And clubs are getting close to it. Hopefully the transfer window will close before we get that far. We'll send the assistant to that. We are going to get stuck into the Harrogate game straight away. And then we've got Bromley at home after that. The team leaders want a meeting because they want Job to go. I can't understand that. Wolf, you think Burrows and Bagan hard done by? I'm inclined to agree with you there. I think we did okay. Craig, as you say in real life, they were more prolific consistent. They wouldn't be playing in League 1, 2. It's a good point, and it's well made. I thought, I just read that. Stockport make a loan approach for Job. I thought that was our Job. It's not. It's Mamadou Job. I thought Stockport a chance in their arm, aren't they? It's like when Ashton United went for Haaland. Okay. 12,000 season tickets. That doesn't seem bad by League One standards. Brian, what did you get? I just had an opening day win against the team picked to be top as well, and an away win at that. Congratulations, regular guy. Going well. Up and running with the 3 points. Got no game. You're absolutely right. Hazard, thoughts on the Paul Ince sacking? Hazard, that's coming as news to me. I mean, Paul Ince didn't deduct those 6 points himself, but They've been on a really poor run, haven't they? I saw a statistic since the World Cup. Haven't they only won 2 games? Is that right? Am I remembering the right team? So, tough news for Thomas Ince, because I think Paul Ince was the only manager that was going to give him a chance. Rook's with us. Welcome in, Rook. Good to see you. Finished your workout. Did your first ride at resistance level 18.
In there, everybody.
Congratulations on that. Regular guy, both goals from 17-year-olds to boot. Very nice. You heard, yeah, Paul Ince was so bad he couldn't beat Birmingham. So, yeah, best sack him. Okay, we're going to play Harrogate in the EFL Cup. Harrogate are in the division below us, so we might be able to rotate a little bit for this one. George Hall is injured and Osasuna have come in for Finn back. I don't like where this is going. Oldham want to have Callum Ward and not pay any of his wages. That doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense to me. 7 million for Finn back. I am desperately looking for another right back. Finn back is the only right back at the club. So that's a non-starter. I think that's going to upset him. George Hall's out for a day. We can live with that. We need a right back. We've still got plenty of time in the window. Yeah, we've still got what, 3 weeks left? But we need a right back. And I think I might make a move for a midfielder, potentially, to cover Job if he leaves. Might even spend big on one. Maybe one that's versatile, who maybe might be able to cover other positions if Job stays. 7 million off that performance, yeah. But I'm not taking it. I think we got 20 mil in the bank now. Yeah, 20, best part of 22 million. 6 million in the transfer. So, yeah, I'm not looking to raise any cash anymore. Let's do some rotation then. So, we're going to get old Wooster in. Let's get Van der Veen in for Georgie Hall. Let's get Corrie and Darbs in as well. On the bench, we'll get, well, from outside the squad, I should say, we'll get Jakey O'Brien in. We're going to go Brandon in midfield for Job. We're going to get loan signing Nesta Stone on. We're going to get Damani Mellor in. Let's leave Ballard in. We'll keep the hump powder dry on him. We're going to go for Iseb in for Bugsy Burrows. And we don't have a lot we can do at left back, do we really? Zach Dempster. Yeah, you'll do a job against Harrogate, won't you? In you go. We'll get a couple more youngsters on the bench. Billy Weatherby, Abdi Feezy. And is that fully rotated then? Oh no, Finn back at right back. Is there anybody that could just fill in at right back? You're a winger. Tackling a 5, so I'm guessing not you. Have we got a central defender that can fill in at right back? Taylor Dodd. He's right-footed with crossing of 1. So not really you either then. We got a central midfielder. What about Abdi Feezy? Left back. It actually looks all right. Could he? Oh yeah, here we go. This is the stuff. Pays to actually understand your team a little bit, doesn't it? Who knew? Okay, there we go. Fully rotated. This could come back to bite me because Harrogate are only a division below us, but I want to rest people for the league. Typical Albion yesterday, bottled a 2-0 lead, and the best player on the pitch was Sam Field, who you let go, one of your most promising youngsters. Joke of a club. Lewis, welcome to our world. We've been a joke of a club for several seasons. Nibsy and Mellors, both as AFs. Oh, twin AFs. That could be a thing. Likes, did you get a decent amount? Oh, sorry, you're talking to Lewis there. 2 million you got for Sam Field. Relegation scrap next season? No. I mean, your manager... Oh, Mellor. Oh, good Lord. Your manager made a decent start. You looked playoff bound at one stage, didn't you? And then it's all crumbled again. Here we go, Lewis. You need Brucey back. Literary genius, as we now know Steve Bruce. Likes or dislikes. Birmingham are of... Oh, goodness me. Birmingham are very, very similar. We sell off the family silver very cheap. What did we get for Jude? 15 mil? Plus a sell on? Sold him on his 17th? Nonsense. What did we get for Damari Gray? 5 million? 6 million? Terrible. Terrible. If we kept these players past their 20th birthday, we'd get a lot more for them. What did my son tell me yesterday, Hazza? I can't remember the club now. I can't remember who it was. Somebody's in for Jordan James, though. Was it Leicester? Leicester are in for Jordan James. According to my son, who reads about these kind of things. Stone. Sylvester Stone. Oh, no, it's way over. Way over. Hazza, you take Brucey back, would you? Could you tell Jude was special as soon as you saw him play? I don't know about that special. I thought good. As soon as I saw Nathan Redmond play, I knew he was good. As soon as I saw Damari Gray play, I knew he was good. With Jude, as soon as you saw him play, you knew he was good. I don't think I'd have necessarily known he was England international scoring at a World Cup as a teenager good. I wouldn't claim I'm that good at a judge of talent. But yeah, good. Not, I don't think you'd have said right away, he will be at Dortmund in a year. 0-0. Maybe I've made too many changes here because Harrogate are giving us a tough game. And Mellor's on a 6.4. Dragoon, no. We're not a laughing stock. We did not retire Jude's shirt number. We've temporarily withdrawn it until Jude comes back. Because the owners of the club didn't sell Jude Bellingham. They temporarily cashed in on him. But he's going to come back to Birmingham. This is the line. Once we're in the Champions League. And then he gets his shirt number 22 back. So once we're in the Champions League, Jude comes home. And that's what we were told. So, and then he gets the shirt number 22 back. Easy. I thought Wooster had palmed that into his own net. Rumour was that Jude was a good player but wasn't committed fully yet, but seems since going to Germany and fell in love with the game again. Oh no, I don't believe that. Don't believe that, Talis. So Jude comes from a fabulous family. His dad played for a lot of semi-professional West Midlands clubs. And even when Jude was in the Birmingham first team, his family were making him do an A-level in, I think it was sociology on the side. He's very, very intelligent. Very well guided by his family. And just seems to have a superb mentality. I think he was just a mentality monster, as Klopp would say, from very young. So I would assume that Job is the same. But Job is a slightly different physique to young Jude. He's smaller and more slight. And I'm actually hoping that Job is not as good as Jude is. So that we might get to keep him and maybe enjoy one of our own for a few seasons, which would be nice. Along with players like Georgie Hall. We are relying on our goalkeeper to bail us out a little bit here, aren't we? Do we need to get the big guns off the bench? Let's get Delbert in. Let's get Sir Harvey in. Speaking of Job, let's get him in. And let's see if we can strengthen our team a little bit. Hazard. So when's that? Oh my goodness, we are living on our wits a bit here, but we got a break. 1v1. He's going so slowly, it's now a 2v1. It's now a 2v2. Sir Harvey of Nibs was probably offside. He was offside. Hazard, we will be in the Champions League, I'm reliably informed, by 2026. Heard it here first. Greeno!
In there, buddy.
Greeno, we need score reports, match reports from yesterday, please. You were watching Bath City for the 9th time in 2 days, I think, weren't you? Was it Bath versus Weymouth yesterday? How did the Terrors get on? You were on the wheels of steel. What did you play as the players came out? What was on the playlist? Come on, halves. Come on, halves. Oh, goodness me. I feel like Harvey can't get a break. Dragoon, the pipe dream of pipe dreams. I think you are absolutely right. I think there is... Oh, we've got another penalty. Have we? Oh, no. Wasn't a pen. I think there's more chance of us being in League 2 in the next decade than there is of us being in the Champions League in the next decade. I mean, even if we were to be bought out by a wealthier consortium, which is not something I'm looking for, by the way. Oh, goodness me. Now we're pressing. I don't think... I don't think we are particularly a Champions League potential club. We're not a sleeping giant in the sense of maybe Newcastle. I don't think we're ever going to give owners... Oh, penalties. I don't think we're ever going to give owners 50,000 a week. Here we go. I think we could be a Premier League club. But yeah, I'm not sure Champions League. Brandon Keller slashes his into the net. That's nice. Rumour has it the Prince of Qatar one. Is that true, Hazard? Oh, goodness me. Or that could be me and Birmingham done then. Controversially, Hazard, I'd quite like fan ownership. Oh, Job. I think a club our size is perfect for fan ownership. Here he is, the water boy. Oh, he's tucked it away. Because I think we could comfortably attract 35,000. I think. Nibsy, that's how you take a penalty. Hazard, we need the... so with you, Hazard. So with you. We need the 50+1. As I said earlier, Hazard, I've been supporting them since the 90s. Late 80s. And I don't think we've ever had stable, secure ownership that have invested in the club for the love of it. Our club's Birmingham size. 35,000 for a home game. I think that generates enough revenue, along with TV revenue, that we don't need backers to be... I mean, I don't even aspire to be a Premier League club. I just aspire to be a pillar of the community. Investing in youth development, giving a great match day experience to fans. So it doesn't matter whether you win, lose or draw, because the 2 hours before the game are fabulous, because the activities at the stadium for kids, the pre-match build-up and excitement is so great. The access that kids have to players before games and after games is there. The link between the fans and the players is great. You wouldn't matter if it lost 2-0 if you had a team of locally produced youngsters, and there's no reason why in a city of 1.1 million people you can't have that. I mean, I wouldn't really care what division we were in or what our results were if we were that kind of club. I'd love that. GT's in. Another Villa fan in the ranks. Here we go.
Afternoon, buddy.
Yeah, Nibsy finally got his goal from the penalty spot, no less, as well. I don't know whether anybody did enough to impress me to get in the first team there, but still. We've got Bromley next up. And, of course, Bromley is our former club. So this one This one means something, I think. Craig. When Michael Knighton, so that's former Manchester United owner, or wasn't allowed to buy Man United, he bought Carlisle instead and promised us Premier League in 10 years. You just finished bottom of the league. Got us into loads of debt instead. I mean, I'm sure some of them believe the things they say when they arrive, but this is where you need strong regulation, like all markets. The economics teacher is at work once again. I believe in strong market regulation. I don't... Oh, goodness me, we're off to Old Trafford. Ugh, oh no, we're in all sorts. We'll be playing that on Friday. Goodness me. Oh God, we're going to get absolutely battered there, aren't we? Yeah, I believe in strong... I don't believe in the free market, the market mechanism in football. I really don't. I don't believe clubs should be bought. I don't believe clubs should be run as businesses even, which I know is a bit outdated. Likes or dislikes, concentrate on the league. I think you're absolutely right. Captain Hawk, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Likes, catchment area for Birmingham is massive. Absolutely right. You've got to split that between West Brom and Villa and Walsall as well. And you got players like Maddison, who are from Coventry, Ben Foster, who's from Warwick, internationals, of course. Grealish, who is from Solihull, which is Birmingham City territory, but he's a Villa fan. Aloy's in the van. Nice. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Nice to see Manchester United getting a bye, Gary. I think you're absolutely right. Hazard, we need an NFL like salary cap. Look, I'm all in favour of regulation, whatever that looks like. Starting with you say 50 plus 1. I'd like English football to go even further and just have 100 plus nothing. Just have them all run by boards of trustees surviving off their income, because their income should be massive. It shouldn't affect investment in infrastructure, because charities and non-business entities are allowed to borrow money. Those systems are all in place. Welcome him in, George, please. Thank you. So you can still build stadiums, because fan-run trusts could still borrow money. As far as I'm aware, I'm not an expert on business law, but who is this player that we just brought in? Where is he? Have they put him down into the under 21s? There he is. What's he doing down there? Okay. Let's get you up actually into the squad then. We don't want you down there. We haven't signed you to be an under 23, have we? Hazard, will it ever happen? No. Not under neoliberal capitalism, it won't, because whilst there is money to be made by private individuals in football, that will be encouraged. Whilst fans can still chase the dream of oligarchs buying your club and taking you into the Champions League, all fans will still welcome that as a model, thinking it will be then one day. As Birmingham fans do, you talk about the Prince of Qatar taking over. I would imagine the majority of Birmingham fans would welcome that without looking at the corporate social responsibility that might go in behind that takeover. No, you're not having Finn back. I'm sorry, but he's too valuable. So it won't happen. It won't happen. It needs to come from a regulatory level. And I'd imagine, because you would be stripping private individuals of an asset that they've procured for several hundred millions of pounds, you'd have to have a grace period. You'd have to say, right, in 10 years, private ownership of football clubs won't be allowed. So owners have got 10 years to make money out of the clubs before they are state seized and awarded to fans groups. Anyway, I get all romantic thinking about football. It's never going to happen, isn't it? They're never going to happen. Wolfie, billionaires have shown they can't responsibly run clubs. No, because even though they are billionaires, they are not. They want to run it as a profit-making entity, and why wouldn't they? I'm also very much against, Wolf, by the same token, people that try to restrict owners of clubs from making money. They've bought it as a business. It is a business model. If it's run as a PLC, then it is a profit-making entity. And so I also get quite cross when people say, oh, you can't do that with a football club. Of course you can. It's just like running a grocery store or a car company. Of course you want to do things that will make it profit. The problem is we allow football clubs to be run as profit-making entities. That's what needs to change. I don't think you should let people buy them and then say, oh, well, you can't make any profit out of this. Come on, that's a nonsense. We shouldn't let people buy football clubs in the first place, according to me anyway. According to me. Rook, you're not sure they would work as non-profits. Well, I think they could be profit-making, but as a fan-owned trust, those profits would go back into the club. Facilities, youth coaching. I mean, for example, a club or 2 clubs, or Lewis, if you're still here, 3 clubs, the size of Aston Villa, Birmingham and West Brom. I would love to see them just take control of youth football in the West Midlands and say, do you know what? We are going to, between the 3 of us, train thousands of coaches, pay for them to be UEFA A, UEFA B licensed coaches. We're going to run franchises of soccer schools across the city at cost or even operating at a loss. And we will make Birmingham the most active city in the UK. Girls football, boys football, homeless football, football for disabled groups, all invested in and coached by the clubs. And they reap the benefits of that by having players come through that potentially could play for their first teams. That's what I'd like clubs to spend their money on. But again, as stated, I'm an unrealistic romantic. It won't ever happen. It can't ever happen. Because there's too much money to be made in the intervening period. Right. Where are... That's why I can't find any players. Thank you very much. There we go. So Connor Taylor in. O'Brien played well on his debut, allegedly. So he's in. Joel Bagan back in. Alloy, let's get you on the bench. Bugsy in. Back, Taylor and Darber. Bagan, this is our first team, isn't it? Looking good on the bench. There we go. Sorry, I'm missing lots and lots of chat here. Likes, but Manchester United will win every year as they have the biggest fan base. I don't know whether that's the case. I don't know. I think Manchester United would be competitive every year. But I think the disparity in finance between rich and poor, when you strike out ownership from it, I think would be more balanced. Certainly, as Hazard says, with the introduction of salary caps, it could be even more balanced. But I think it would come far more down to good management. You know, if you look back to the olden days, where Brian Clough was able to take Nottingham Forest to the title, it was due to good management. And Manchester United had far greater attendances than Nottingham Forest had, and far greater commercial revenues, although I was sure it was all a lot less back then. But I reckon things would be more even. You say Manchester United would win it every year, but who wins it every year now? At the start of each season, you've got 92 clubs in the Premier League and the Football League. You can't be number 2. Not even I can allow that. Well, only 2 clubs every year have got a realistic chance of winning, maybe 3. And when you get a big surprise season, like this season, it's like, oh, it's Arsenal. Come on, it's still Arsenal. It's not like it's Fulham or Brentford. So, really, there's not a lot of point in football for 88 clubs in the UK. In England. Anyway, what else have we got? All it takes is one bad owner to ruin a club, like your club Derby, for example. Yeah, Mel Morris, I think, has driven them into the ground. Craig, if Wrexham are successful, will more clubs get celebrity owners? Possibly, but Ryan Reynolds does not have enough money to buy a Premier League club, which is why he started in Tier 5. Costas, welcome in. By the way, we're playing Bromley, so this is a biggie. We're going with extended highlights. Lovely. Ockerflex is there. Lapsley's there. Oh, it's Ockerflex. It's one of our old boys. I don't want to lose to Bromley. I feel like that's a bit embarrassing, especially as I stole Sir Harvey Nibs from them. Get it away. Get it away. Oh, Wooten. Okay. Maybe that was just a start. Hello, people, says Costas. Hope you're having a great evening. Llama, check Lewis Palmer from Aris. He's from Honduras, and many clubs from Holland want him. Someday he'll be in the Premier League. I doubt he's in my database, to be honest. But there's a name for us all to look out for. Benjamin, Mom was meant to have physio today and you forgot. Easily done. Thankfully, they've rescheduled it. Well done, Benjamin. Rook, by most laws, you could buy an association football club, then turn it into a roller disco. Or move it to Milton Keynes. Got no game. Football clubs can make profit, but that profit, some state... Why are we getting out... Oh, my goodness. We're getting outplayed by Bromley. Ugh. Football clubs can make profit, but that profit must stay in that club and community. And wait, I completely agree with you, but then it's not profit, is it? So if it's spent, it's not profit. If it's, if it's spent running community facilities, then that's the ideal for me. So football clubs just break even. They just plough any surplus funds back into the community, to the facilities, to youngsters, to inspiring the next generation. Why have we not had a shot against Bromley in half an hour? What on earth is going on here? I'm berating. What on earth is going on here? We're going to lose to Bromley. We're not going to have a shot in the first half here. Where are Bromley? Oh, they've lost their first game of the season. Here we go. The hump. Get us back in the game, Humpers. Is this not a highlight for us? Oh my goodness, it's not a highlight for us. Mow him down. There we go, Job. Oh, Job. Allegedly, this is a Premier Division standard footballer. He just gives the ball away. Richards, that's one of our players. Wooten, Lapsley, all our players. Come on. Where is the Nibster? Against your old club. I feel like Nibs could be a double agent and the hump is injured. The hump is down. Repeat, people. The hump is down. Craig, 2 advanced forwards, you say? Here we go. Billy Ray Cyrus to Lapsley. Duck and cover. Wooten. Arthur Cargill. Missing an S. Finn back. Here we go. Let's get... Oh, Simmons. Get control of the football. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. This is one of those games where you're going to use that dreadful phrase, the opposition want it more. They're just hunting us down. Bagan's on a 6.1. Oh, lordy. Lordy, lordy. If we get back into this before half-time, I'm not sure we've deserved it, by the way. Here's Bugsy Burrows. And we have. And we're not celebrating, by the way. Hands down. Wolfie, you think more clubs will be fan-owned as teams like Wimbledon show that it's possible? I think Wimbledon are a nice example. But they would... The trouble with these fan-owned clubs, Wolf, is that they sometimes, then once they get into a certain level, like with Wrexham, they sell them to bidders who can invest more. Greeno, no way you could introduce salary caps in the game here now. People would just move elsewhere for bigger money, surely. I think it's more nuanced than that. I think it might stop the talent flow in. I'm not sure it would create an exodus out. I might be wrong. I think celebrities buying... by the way, Green, that's partly because English people just won't go abroad. I think celebrities buying lower tier clubs is a good idea if they follow the Reynolds model, which is a great model, by the way. I think he's a fabulous owner. I just would like him not to be allowed to. They're investing in the community. Exactly, Wolf. And I think Ryan Reynolds and Rob Muckle, I think they might be the exception that proves the rule that out of 100 plus owners, you might get 10 of those, you might get 15. It's not a big enough ratio for me. Dragoon, you feel the leagues would have to agree to the salary cap all at the same time, which could happen, you know, if I think it would take one big club, Barca Internazionale, to go to the wall, and then we might see change. Juve, if they go to the wall, it might just cause all of the others to have a look at their financial models. Likes, but would any money go into the community, as the outcry surely would be to buy new players constantly? That's a good point. Bert and Albion have a great community trust. Demand more, Rook. Yeah, I went for Berate. Craig, what a ball from Young back again. He's looking all right, isn't he? Aussie Villain's in as well. Welcome into you, sir. Hope you're well.
Afternoon, everybody.
Between Rob's passion for sport and Ryan's business sense, they've created a bit of a perfect storm. They have. Can that be replicated across numerous other clubs? I don't believe so. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still they're still owning the clubs for their own reasons, aren't they? You know, they're investing in the community because it makes them look good. You know, they've got huge commercial opportunities from it. Disney documentaries, you know, they're still reaping benefit from it. And a part of, you know, they're doing good things. I don't know whether they're necessarily doing good things for good reasons. I think having a documentary where you are accepted by the local community, where you are seen as being very socially responsible and investing in the local area, I'm sure that comes from a place of benevolence or altruism. But I don't know whether that's a model that could be replicated widely. No team talk. Okay, this absolutely is unacceptable. Yeah, welcome in, Aussie Villain. Hope you're well. Don't hate you for saying this, BB, but that first goal sounds like you may have been FM'd. I think we've done the FMing on Bromley. Oh, goodness me. Okay, that was a foul. We're a bit sloppy in possession, I think, aren't we? Bagan's down to a 6-0. So do you know what we're going to do? We're going to make an early change. What we're going to do is we're going to bring Bugsy down to be left back, and we're going to bring Aloys off the bench and see what his wheels are like. We signed him really as a backup, not a lot more than that, but he's only got to average above a 6.0, and he's been an improvement. So let's see what we can do. Finback. Ian, I love this player, Finback. He's very good. Here we go. Mella. 2 advanced forwards we're on now. We've got players in the box, 3 of them to hit. Sir Harvey Nibbs doesn't even jump. Standard. There's Aloys. Aloys has been brought down for a... Why are we getting so many penalties? And who have we got taking it? Set pieces, penalties. It's going to be Job. I'm going to trust Job. Okay. Come on, Joby. Let's see what you got, son. Want away. Doesn't want to be here. Here we go. Go. Oh, it's another wretched penalty. Oh, good Lord. Should let Nibbs have it. Oh, okay. 2 penalty misses in 2 games. Standard. We've had 3 shots all game against a team that were, 2 divisions below us last season? And George Hall has been sent off. Oh, dear. Oh dear. Okay. This is going to require something of a rejig. Sir Harvey Nibs off for Van der Veen. Van der Veen in as the ball winner. Mellor up front by himself. Down to a balanced mentality. And away we go. Not ideal. At least now when we lose, I can blame it on the sending off. Good save. Quite like Gracic so far. He's looked pretty good, I think. Job, who now owes us after that penalty. We've punted it to absolutely nobody. Arthur Cargill gets it. Billy Ray Cyrus. To Okaflex. Oh, Flexi. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. This. Oh, he's off. He's off. Oh. He's off. Don't worry. Don't worry. He's off. Richards. Terry McDermott. That's offside as well, isn't it? Finn Back is a storming player. Okay, we're giving it straight back to them. Okay. We are getting dominated by Bromley. Remember, we robbed 30 goals off Bromley. Tuesday stream, Ed. Sorry, Ed. I'm unavailable tomorrow, so I decided to sneak in an extra one today. And we won the opening game of the season by beating the media favourites Derby. Second game of the season, we're playing our old club Bromley. And we're tied at 1-1 and we had a man sent off. And it's not going very well. Okay, we pose a threat on the break, but fresh legs. Bellingham gone. No more substitutions. Oh no, I've made oh no. I've made 3 substitutions at different intervals. Oh, good lord. Okay, shout, demand more. Back up to positive. Oh dear. Away. Oh, maybe our goalkeeper's not that convincing on the old coming for crosses. Ooh, how was the Easter weekend? Fabulous, Ed. How was yours, more importantly? Went to watch Oxford play Sheffield Wednesday on Friday. That was a lot of fun. It's eldest Llama child's birthday tomorrow, so we're out and about for that because they're on Easter holidays. That should be a lot of fun as well. We've got an awful lot of tutoring going on at the moment because the students I tutor have got exams coming up, so we're very busy doing all of that. We'll be back streaming on Friday, of course, as well. This is a little humiliating. Never mind. 1-1 with Bromley. Missed a penalty, though. Gracic. We still got a chance here. No, we don't, do we? We don't. Well, I'm not even sure who Bromley have hired to replace us, but they've done a decent job shutting us out there, haven't they? I mean, we had a penalty there, but Bromley deserve a win. I'm also thinking, do we go back for Okaflex? Anyway, I have to sympathise, not a jot. Who has replaced us, by the way? I'm not sure I did make Bromley that strong. I've robbed them of their best player. Who's their boss? Scott Parker is in. Well, Scott. Did you actually go to Club Brugge in this? No. Didn't really count in this game world. We're back leading Birmingham, Ed, and it's not going very well. Hazard, you're on Easter holidays, which is why you can watch. Oh, you're a TA, are you, Hazard? Very nice, very nice. I'm in education myself. Good away point, Craig. Missed pen and a sending off. You've been very generous, I think, there, Craig. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. I think you're being very generous. Okay, let's have a little look what's going on. Okay, here's what we're going to do then. So we've played 3 games this stream. We're going to try and do this, if you will indulge me. This is me being a bit Mariah Carey here by asking things of you. But one of the things you can't do when you stream on YouTube is raid anybody, which if you watch Twitch streams, you will of course know that you can. But we can try and do it in an engineered, clumsy little way. Our good friend Johnny, JDFM, is over on Twitch doing his first stream in a year for charity. And it would be nice if we could bounce over into his chat and artificially raid him. So if you're not a Twitch user, if you just type Twitch into a popular search engine, this will come up. And in this search engine box here, you'd have to write that you're looking for JDFM_Johnny. If you're already a Johnny follower, he'll appear down the left-hand side of your screen. If you'd want to drop in and see Johnny now, he's doing his first stream in a year for charity. And it would be nice if we could all jump into his chat and just say that you're raiding over and give him a little boost. Give him a watch. He's going to be live for the next 40 minutes or so, I think, before he passes the charity baton on to another streamer. So jump in. Look at him there. He's having a great old time. His arms are in the air. He's waving them around like he just doesn't care. And as for me, I will see you on Friday when we're going to be playing Manchester United at Old Trafford we're going to be playing them in the Carling. It's not called the Carling Cup anymore, is it? We're going to be playing them in the Carabao Cup. That's the one I'm after. And hopefully, we won't disgrace ourselves like we've just done at Bromley. So I will see you 1 o'clock on Friday. I hope the rest of your week is fabulous. And I will see you in a few days' time.